feel like you're just going to change your background, to be honest with you. Carter has been cycling through a slideshow of about 30 different background photo options just to go back to his basement backdrop. But he has a look on his face like this is going to just change to something I don't expect coming. Something I did expect coming. Jacksonville beat Purdue handily, Purdue beat Jacksonville handily, 100-57. Just wanted to keep Boilermakers fans on their toes right there. Cart, by the way, I get to play both sides of this, but on the preview video that we recorded, I said I thought Jacksonville would cover because I thought Matt Painter wouldn't play his dogs. Matt Painter didn't play his dogs, but then I had to write the preview written version for Action Network, and upon further research, the pick was Purdue to cover. So round of applause for me for finally getting where I needed to get. Ultimately, Purdue made it look difficult for a while, but did the Purdue thing where they're just way better than every other team in the country.
Yeah, I mean, this if Purdue is playing really good teams, they can make those teams look really bad. When they're playing really bad teams, they're gonna make them look super bad. And it's just Jacksonville didn't stand a chance. We talked about it in the preview. I think I will say this. There was like a kind of a not like a stress moment or like a oh my God, Jacksonville's here moment, but there was like a why are we only up 9 moment in this game. But besides that, they were able to fight through. I watched Lance Jones have 2 dunks in a basketball game. Did not have that on my bingo card for, a little end of 2023 year hoops.
Mm-hmm.
But all in all, a good game. We had a almost Zach Edey 3. It ended up being a long 2. He missed it, so he's still 100% on his career, technically. Hasn't missed, one might say. But yeah, just good job by Purdue of being locked in. I think you spoke about their record playing teams before Christmas and how there is the want or the thought in the back of your head that you can sleepwalk through this game in a sense. And I don't think they did that. I just think they dominated for the most part, and then they got out of there with a big, a very very comfortable win.
So Zach Edey, Braden Smith, and Fletcher Lawyer combined for 26 points in this game. Other Purdue players scored 74 points in a game, Cart. In a game where Zach Edey, Braden Smith, and Fletcher Lawyer played a combined 67 minutes. Like, I didn't think that was possible. I thought if Purdue was going to score 100 in this game, like Zach Edey was at least going to get his 20. Maybe Braden's like, oh yeah, tonight's a me night. Maybe Fletcher's like, oh, I'm going to hit 6 threes tonight. No, all these guys essentially like kind of took the night off and just coasted, and like
wait, Greg,
everybody else was good.
You thought Fletch was going to go off tonight?
Well, no, but I didn't think if they were going to get 100, they could do it the way they did tonight.
Oh no, Fletch ain't getting none. I feel like Fletch speaks in third person now too. He's like, nah, Fletch ain't showing up for Jacksonville.
You think that's what Fletch says?
Yeah, like Fletch is in that Purdue Tech fleece and like the hat, and he's like, and they're like, Craig Boiler in the stands is in the media row, and he's like, yeah, Fletch, you didn't really have a good game tonight. Seemed like you were kind of just maybe not really looking for your shot. What do you have to say about that? I mean, Fletch ain't showing up for games for Jacksonville. That's not why Fletch came to Mackey. You know what I'm saying? Fletch came to play in the big games. Fletch came to give Dalton Connect that work. Fletch came to give Pell Larson nightmares. Fletch don't care about Marcus Kneeblack. Next question.
Do we like that or hate that? I feel like you love that.
I personally love it.
Okay. Just wanted to check. Yeah, everybody was good tonight except for those 2.5 guys. Like Zach Edey was obviously good. He had 18 points in 24 minutes. He's Zach Edey. Of course he's good. Braden Smith scored 2 points. I think that's like concerning to a certain extent, but maybe not concerning. Like maybe Braden's just so good now that he can fully take a night off and say, I'm going to get everybody else points. Like, is that what he did tonight? And are you okay with him doing that?
No, because Braden, no matter what, if you do want to take a night off, we got to get our averages. This is an average hurting game. This is hurting the stats.
Yeah, like this is why people are allowed to make Zed Key over you arguments, because you're supposed to be a 12 a game guy now and you got 2.
Yeah, you got to get your stats in this game and then you coast. You got to get.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Miles Colvin had 11 points. If there's one thing Miles Colvin's good at, it's getting his shot attempts up. In 17 minutes, he had 8 attempts. He got to the line for 2 shots. He had 2 steals to chip in. I know people like really kind of complain about where he's at defensively. 2 steals and a block tonight. I think Colvin looks good, and I think Colvin looks ready for a larger role on this team. What do you think?
Yeah, I do. And like I said, I always, unfortunately, I put them against each other in a sense, but they're really not against each other. But I think that, like I've said, one of the Heidi Colvin combination needs to emerge in my eyes to help maybe even take Purdue's ceiling higher than it already is. And you know what? I thought Cam Heidi played well in this game. You saw his athleticism on display with the alley-oop. Miles Colvin was getting his shots up. I truly think there is a role for one of these guys on this team. Personally, I would give the lean. Hmm, I'd probably give the lean to Colvin right now, but it's still close in my eyes.
Okay. Yeah, I
It's
think
just hard.
they're
It's
both
hard for
good.
me to separate myself from the thought of Colvin because I see it there.
I think they're both good. To me, like I would love to see both of them get 20-ish minutes a game on this team, but in order for that to happen, they need to basically completely get one of Kaufman Renner first out of the rotation. Like you can't just like mess around giving both those guys like 14 minutes in a random game. Um, and also get the backup wings. This team's loaded. They got too many guys. But to me, like Kaufman Ren and First don't really give you anything you need. Like, yeah, those guys are both good. Kaufman Ren's going to be great whenever Zach Edey leaves. Caleb First, I think, is better next to Edey, but he still is like, you don't need anything Caleb First does next to Zach Edey, in my opinion. You do need what Colvin can do potentially. You do need what Cam Heidi can do potentially. So I'd rather see them start to work in. But on a night like tonight, it's like everybody's going to play. Nobody played more than 24 minutes. Painter did a really good job of balancing that, which I thought was impressive. You know who I kind of feel bad for?
Oh,
Ethan Morton.
don't feel bad for Ethan Morton.
But Ethan Morton has done the thing where he's too good to play with the bench warmers, and he's not good enough to play with the real rotation guys now. And that makes me sad.
Yeah, I mean, but
Like
like
tonight,
where
tonight should have been like in past years. If he's not in the rotation, then you get Morton a ton of run tonight, and he kind of does his cute little Morton thing, right?
what's the
How's he only getting
what
60
what
minutes?
is the cute little Morton thing?
Morton
Run?
would no, I think he would like have like 4 assists. One of them's like a nice little flashy no look, and then he makes a cool little face to the camera. Like I don't know. I feel bad. I feel like he's a vetty guy who's been through the ringer, and now he's just like relegated to playing less minutes than he ever did last year.
If you had to pick a younger version doppelganger of myself, who would you pick?
A doppelganger version of you,
Yeah, but younger.
Raymond Felton.
Raymond Felton's older than me, and I'm gonna let that go.
Oh, I thought you meant like young Raymond Felton was a doppelganger of you.
No, I'm talking about who is the young version of me currently.
Keenan Thompson.
Keenan Thompson is older than me, and once again, what's going on here? I'm gonna give you one more chance.
Oh, what's his name? The kid from The Blind Side.
Michael Ower.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and play this little game for you, but I might kill you next time I see you.
Who's Michael Sam, by the way?
Michael Sam.
Yeah, who's that?
He is the football player who was like the first openly gay football player, homosexual football player.
Oh, I was thinking that was the guy from The Blind Side. I almost said Michael Sam, but then I said The Blind Side guy. Glad I got that figured out.
Yeah, Michael Sam was the Missouri guy, played for the Rams for a little bit. But what I'm trying to say is, if Michael Oher is my doppelganger, that version of for Purdue is Ethan Morton pointing at Gabe Cups. Like it's just senior cardio and then young cardio.
Oh, got it. Got it. Okay. Yeah, that's a good comp. I really failed you in that.
You did. I mean, yeah, you did.
With that said, I have Indiana on my television in the background right now, and Cardio Cups just hit a three, then took a charge, and then stuck his tongue out and went like this. So not a good night for the Cardio Cups does nothing crowd.
Was that his first basket of the game?
Ethan Morton can do that. That's all I'm saying. Okay, Trey Coffin Ren, really good Trey Coffin Ren game, which in my opinion seems to happen on nights like tonight when they're playing Stony Brook or sorry, that's who Michigan State played. When they're playing Jacksonville or when they're overseas playing the Jerusalem YMCA local team, whatever that team was they played in the summer. Kaufman-Renn looks like a superstar when he's playing rec league guys. 15, 6, and 4 assists tonight with a block mixed in only 19 minutes. I really believe this is what TKR is just going to be the moment that Zach Edey's gone. Like, if they just put him in the footer role that Matt Painter likes to play, and I'm not saying they will, because Matt Painter's probably got more footers coming through that door, and Willie Berg is still on this roster. But if they decide to go without a footer for a year and play TKR in the footer role, I really do think it could be special immediately.
I do think it will be too, but the only thing is, even when you do get TKR in that role as a center, aren't we just going to be searching for another 4 again?
I think you could play him and first together, but I also think they're going to have better options next year on the wing.
Yeah. Who's Southern Illinois' 4-man this year?
No comment.
Keep the pipeline going.
No comment. No comment. Okay. All right. Anything else on Purdue? I mean, best team in the country went out and looked like the best team in the country. What do you want from us tonight, Boiler fans?
Yeah, I mean, we're trying our best. I think the last thing I'll end with is, can I get your best Dolphin impression?
No. Do you want to try?
Yeah, I got you.
Wait a second. That sounded great, and then the volume went away. Are you on mute right now?
No, maybe it doesn't pick up things when you yell.
I think you're faking that. Yeah, you're faking it. You're not making noise.
I am.
There's nothing coming out of your mouth and through the. I don't know what's going on, because I feel like you're making a great dolphin noise in that room, but we can't hear it. So, all right, let's wrap that up. Congrats, Purdue. Looking forward to watching plenty more Purdue throughout the rest of the season. They got Eastern Kentucky 8 days from today after Christmas. That's looking like a blowout as well. But then we get Big Ten play, and we'll see what happens. Any final words, Cart?
I just got a text. What the hell is going on down there?
Just say boiler up.
Yeah, okay, well, that's a little boiler emoji.